Unexplained phenomena. Even though science has come a long way, there are still many mysteries that it cannot solve. And when people see, hear, or believe something that cannot be explained, science finds itself striving to prove that the object in question does not exist, which is something that can never be proven. In this movie, you'll find out more information about some of the most prevalent unexplainable phenomena, such as ghosts and alleged man-like animals, remarkable encounters at the edge between life and death, and amazing yet unexplained accomplishments of the mind itself. How much of this is happening? We'll let you decide. Number 10. The Taos Hum. A mysterious and faint low-frequency hum can be heard in the air across the desert around the little city of Taos, which is located in the state of New Mexico. This hum has been driving some locals and visitors crazy for years. Surprisingly, just approximately 2% of people who live in Taos say that they have heard the sound. Others say that it is due to strange acoustics, while others feel that it is due to mass panic or some other hidden, nefarious intent. No one has been able to pinpoint the source of the sound, even though it has been described as a whir, a hum, or a buzz, and its origin might be psychological, natural, or supernatural. The thing is, a poll showed that those who claim to hear the noises hear a variety of sounds, which suggests that the experiences may be subjective rather than genuinely being objective sounds, and pretty certainly not one particular sound. Number 9. Bigfoot. Witnesses throughout the United States have periodically claimed to have seen huge, hairy, humanoid creatures known as Bigfoot over the past several decades. Even though there must be thousands of Bigfoots in existence for there to be a reproducing population, not a single body has been discovered. There has not been a single one that has been taken out by a hunter, hit and killed by a fast car, or even perished due to natural causes. Eyewitness accounts, unclear photographs and films, and the absence of tangible evidence such as teeth or bones are the main sources of support for this theory. It is logically impossible to prove a universal negative, which means that science will never be able to prove that creatures such as Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster do not exist. However, these mysterious beasts may exist in areas that are not easily accessible to the general public. We welcome your skepticism, and we invite you to read our full account of the Bigfoot sighting. Number 8. The use of one's intuition. Intuition is something that all of us have encountered at one point or another, regardless of whether we refer to it as our gut emotions, a sixth sense, or something else. Although indeed, gut instincts aren't always accurate, how many times, for example, have you been certain that the plane you were on was going to crash? It does appear that they are correct the majority of the time. Psychologists have shown that humans unconsciously absorb information about the environment around them. This causes us to have the impression that we are aware of some information even though we are unable to explain how or why we are aware of it. But demonstrations of intuition are difficult to investigate and demonstrate, and psychology may be just part of the explanation. If your gut is telling you that the slide that's coming up is going to be about unexplained disappearances, then you're right. Number 7. Strange and unexplained disappearances. There are several possible explanations for why people vanish. Most of them end up being runaways, some of them die in accidents, and some of them are kidnapped or killed, but most of them are finally located. Not so in the case of the disappearances that truly baffle everyone. Some people appear to have disappeared without a trace, including the crew of Marie Celeste, Jimmy Hoffa, Amelia Earhart, and Natalie Holloway, to name just a few. When those who have gone missing are located, it is never due to the labor of psychic detectives, but rather the work of the police, confessions, or accidents. Number 6. Spirits of the dead. The spirits of the departed have been a part of our history, culture, and folklore for a very long time. Some examples are Shakespeare's play Macbeth and the NBC sitcom Medium. It has been reported by a significant number of people that they have seen apparitions of both dark strangers and departed loved ones. Sincere eyewitnesses continue to report seeing, photographing, and even talking with ghosts, even though definitive proof of the presence of ghosts remains elusive. Ghost hunters harbor the fond hope that one day they may uncover conclusive evidence that the departed can communicate with the living, thereby putting an end to the mystery. Number 5. Déjà vu. Déjà vu is a French expression that translates to previously seen. It is used to describe the peculiar, perplexing, and baffling sensation of having seen a particular set of circumstances in the past. When a woman enters a building in a foreign nation that she has never been to before, for instance, she may get the unsettling feeling that she has been there before since the atmosphere is disturbingly and intimately familiar. Some people believe that déjà vu is caused by spontaneous psychic experiences or glimpses of previous lives. Research into human psychology, much like intuition, see point number 3, can offer more naturalistic explanations, but in the end, the cause and nature of the phenomenon itself remain a mystery. Number 4. UFOs. There is no question that UFOs, or unidentified flying objects, are real because so many people claim to have witnessed things in the sky that they were unable to recognize, such as meteors or airplanes. It is an entirely different question as to whether or not any of those lights and objects are extraterrestrial spacecraft. Considering the immense distances and the amount of effort required to travel to Earth from the other side of the universe, this scenario seems highly improbable. Number 3. Near-death experiences and the possibility of life after death. People who have been very sick or injured and have been brought back from the brink of death have sometimes reported having various mystical experiences, such as going into a tunnel and emerging in a light, being reunited with loved ones, a sense of peace, and other similar things that may suggest there is life after death. Even while such experiences are extremely meaningful, no one has ever come back from beyond the grave with evidence or knowledge that can be verified. Skeptics contend that the events might be rationalized as normal and predictable hallucinations produced by a brain that has been subjected to severe stress. A study that was conducted in 2015 on people who were experiencing cardiac arrest found that when the heart is dying, it is bombarded with signals from the brain, which is attempting to remain active. Number 2. The ability to read minds and have extrasensory perception. If for no other reason than the fact that there is such widespread belief in psychic powers and extra-sensory perception, ESP, then they deserve a place among the top 10 phenomena that cannot be explained. Researchers have conducted tests on individuals who claim to have psychic abilities. However, the results obtained under controlled scientific conditions have been negative or ambiguous up until this point. It has been argued by some that psychic abilities either cannot be tested or, if they can be, suffer some kind of impairment when in the company of skeptics or scientists. If what you say is correct, then there is no way for science to either confirm or refute the existence of psychic abilities. Number 1. The relationship between the body and the mind. How the mind can influence the body is only just starting to be understood by the medical science community. The placebo effect, for instance, illustrates that people can sometimes alleviate medical symptoms or suffering just by believing that the treatments they are receiving are effective, regardless of whether or not the treatments are. The body's capacity to cure itself through processes that are just imperfectly understood is far more incredible than anything that contemporary medicine could ever devise. Even though there are many unexplained phenomena, and to be honest, some of them are dubious, the explainable science of the body and mind, even though we are still trying to figure out much of it, may be among the most amazing phenomena of all. Even though there are many unexplained phenomena, and even though some of them are dubious. At the end of this video, tell us how was the video? Did you enjoy it? Post your feedback in our comment section below and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.